Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk about some of my helpful tips and tricks which I've learned throughout the years following the Slimming World plan. So if you are new to my channel and you don't know my backstory, then basically I started my weight loss journey in 2017, got to target in 2018 with a 4-stone loss. Then I moved my target at the back end of 2018 to a 5-stone loss, and then 2020 hit and the world became a little bit, you know what I'm trying to say, and lockdown didn't help my weight loss journey. And within lockdown I didn't prioritise my weight loss journey. It wasn't the first thing I was thinking about at the end of the day, and I gained some weight. I gained about two stone in weight. So I rejoined Slimming World in August, and it's one of the best decisions I've done. I'm so thankful that I went back. I had a light bulb moment. I'm like, right Rachel, let's get back to it. And yeah, so currently sat here, I have lost a 1.5 stone, so I've got a half a stone to lose to get me back to where my target weight is. And then I don't know whether I'll be maintaining it for a little bit or moving it again. I'm completely happy in my own skin now, which is the main reason of me losing weight. I wanted to feel happy and content in my own skin. It was never to do with a number on a scale as such. It was always to do a feeling. And that's my main thing, is I never wanted to see a number on the scales. It was all to do about a feeling. And then when I felt that feeling and I felt good in my own skin, that's when I called target. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get on with the hopefully helpful tips and tricks. If you do have any yourself, please let me know in the comments down below, so other people who read the comments can then look at those comments and hopefully help others. So I follow the Slimming World plan, and that's not me saying the Slimming World plan is the best for absolutely everyone. I personally think that you have to choose a weight loss plan which works for you, and that is the key to success. For me, it's just Slimming World. Slimming World works for me. I absolutely love it, and it does what I need it to do, whereas other people choose the other plans out there like calorie counting, Weight Watchers, keto, you name it, there's a few out there. So my first tip is eating healthy shouldn't feel like a punishment or feel restrictive. And one of the reasons I don't feel like that is I still eat the food which I've thoroughly enjoyed, but I am more mindful of it, and I'm also conscious of my portion control. So for instance, I'm not the greatest cook. I'll put my hands up to that. So I've tried in the past like the Slimming World lasagna, and it doesn't cut it for me, where you use quark as a cheese sauce and all that jazz. For me, I'd rather sin a proper size lasagna and have a smaller portion of it with a large portion of salad. For me, that's what I like. I fit Slimming World into my lifestyle, so that's one of the things which I do. Also as well, at the beginning of your journey, it can feel like so much you have to change all at once. All I'm here to say is you don't. I never did like the big shop to slim, as they say at Slimming World, and got all this healthy food in because it just felt too much. I needed to like slowly do this. So I just made small changes at the beginning. Even though small changes, I saw weight losses each week. So one of the first things I did was I was having 15% fat mince. So I changed it to 5% mince. I was eating the skin on a chicken, and then I removed it. The same with bacon fat. I was eating it, then I removed it. Sugar to sweetener, to full fat Coke to Pepsi Max Cherry. These little simple swaps, it just felt then like a gradual weaning process into this like weight loss journey. And then now it's just like these little habits have occurred. So I naturally go for the sweetener in my coffee. I have black coffee now. I used to be like full fat milk, and I changed it to green milk, semi-skimmed milk. And it just becomes normal, and baby steps is the key to success. Well, it was for me, and hopefully it helps you. Then the second thing is fill up on that fruit and veg. Fruit and veg is the best thing for you. fill up on it. It's going to keep you full, it's going to keep you healthy, and that is the best thing. Remember to keep that plate, a third of that plate, full of speed food. I always snack on fruit or veg, and that's the thing which I choose to do. I use my sins throughout my meals, because I know that some of my trigger points is on an evening, and if I eat, like if I save my healthy extra bean, I could have two like what they're called hi-fi bars and a chocolate bar. It just becomes a lot of food on one plate, and it'll just spiral me. So that's something which I don't necessarily do. You can do, it works for a lot of people, but for me, I use my sins within my meals. That brings me on to tip 3, is when I first started Slimming World, I made like a very sketchy food diary, and it was very sketchy because I'll talk about food diaries in a minute. So what I did, log what I was eating and the times I would eat it. So you get a picture of where your eating habits are. So then what I noticed within my little food diary was that I wasn't having any breakfast. Then I would have like a packet of crisps for lunch, because I couldn't be bothered to pick anything else up. Then before I'd pick up the kids, I'd have a chocolate bar, and in my head all I've had all day is a chocolate bar and a packet of crisps. Then I would then make my evening meal, which would be probably calorific, and then on the evening I'd go, oh, I've just had a meal, packet of crisps and a chocolate bar, and then I would then sit with a big bag of Doritos or a big bag of dairy milk and overindulge, because in my head I've not eaten enough, and there'd been no fruit, no veg, nothing eaten in the day. So therefore I knew that I would have a good breakfast in the morning, because that's what fills me up, and then I'd have a mid-morning snack, which would be either a speed food, and then I'd have a good lunch. I would then knock out that snack. Sometimes I do have it, which will be a little treat, a little chocolate bar when I'm picking my daughter up from school, and then I'd have my evening meal, which would have sins attached to it. Then on an evening I'd have with a coffee a few little sins. So that was one way I noticed where my triggers were, where I was eating, and then I adapted that to a better lifestyle. And it's knowing your body, like knowing where your triggers are will really, really help you. And the next one is, I know it can be so hard to take before photographs, but honestly, looking back can keep you forward. This is not about bashing yourself or anything like that, because sometimes when you do your before and after photographs, it can feel like you're bashing yourself as a bigger person, and it's nothing to do with that at all, but it's to show you progress, because sometimes looking back, in my case, does keep you going forward. I don't look at myself when I was a larger person and go, oh, you were ugly or anything. I'm the same kind of person, kind of thing. But what it does is I can look at my older version of myself and go, I remember how I felt in that photograph. I felt unhappy. I felt very self-conscious. I've probably got a child in front of me to try and hide everything up. And when you look back, you can also remember how you feel now. And sometimes it's not about the weight, it's about a feeling, what you get. So when I look back and I do my side-to-side photographs, I see a very unhappy, sad person. And I look at myself now and I'm like, I can't, it's like light and day at the end of the day. And that's why I am so glad that I've got a few before photographs. There's not many, but I have got a handful of them. The one thing I regret not doing is taking measurements. It doesn't really bother me as such. If you're not really into taking measurements, then have an outfit which fits you now, and then try it on in a few weeks and see if it's got loose. That was another way to do it. But overall, for me, it was never to do with the number on the scale. It was to do with a feeling, and that's what sometimes, when you get those unexpected gains, looking back, you can feel so much better just by seeing a few little differences at the beginning, and keep some clothes back, and then use them as before instead of before or after photograph, but have something which you can look back on and see the huge difference in you. Now, the big thing, and it takes a lot of hard work to get this out, is drop the only. Now, what I mean by that is when you go to group, you'll hear, I've only lost half a pound, I've only lost a pound. Don't start doing it. Whatever loss is on those scales, take it. Yes, it might not be what you wanted it to be. We always want more. But drop the only, because you've worked hard for that weight loss journey and you're going in the right directions. And also be really truthfully honest with yourself. We as women, especially, I'm talking as a woman, that sometimes our bodies can fluctuate in weight, and sometimes when we see an unexpected gain, as much as it's awful to see and we don't know where it's come from, just know that sometimes our bodies can like play games with us, and we've just got to keep doing it because we will eventually see those losses. And so yeah, whatever you do, don't give up. Acknowledge the gain, as much as it's hard to do. You know, I'm not saying that sometimes it's really hard to do, but then the next day get back on it and let's keep moving forward in the right direction. So yeah, the big thing is drop the only, because a weight loss at the end of the day is better than a gain. You are going in the right direction. And sometimes when the people say only, it just makes it feel less of a win to you. When I hear someone saying I've only lost half a pound, and then the next person goes, oh, I'm really happy that I've lost half a pound, that only can really devastate someone. So yeah, as much as it's hard because it's just a little habit we get into, drop it and be proud of those weight losses what you get each week. So the next one is to break up your weight loss journey into bite-sized chunks. Your aim goal might feel like it's so far away, like it's like, what's the point even starting? Whereas have little chunks. Either have your half a stone award or so much in a month you would like to lose, but make it realistic. Look at your whole month and think, well, I've got such and such birthday here, I'm out at a meeting this day. Make it realistic, your goals. Don't like go, oh, I'd love to lose a stone in a month, and you know that it's going to be really unrealistic, and you know that it's never going to happen because you've got birthdays, weddings and christenings in that month. Because if you set yourself up to fail, when you do fail, think, well, what's the point anyway? I've tried my best, what's the point? So having realistic goals truly helps. I had my weight loss journey in bite-sized chunks. I had half a stone first. However long it took, it didn't matter. That was my first goal, to get my half a stone. Then it was my stone, and then it went on in 7 pounds in like bite-sized chunks. Bite-size it up, because then you'll feel so much better when you hit those targets, and then it'll just become easier and easier, and it doesn't feel so overwhelming right away. Just remember, a meal which is highly sinned or not something which is seemed right on the Slimming World plan will not ruin all your hard work. Just accept it, enjoy it, and then the next meal or the next day, make it a Slimming World friendly meal and just carry on with it. The last thing you need to do is to feel really guilty about it and then just think, what's the point? And then within that week, you've overindulged and you think, I can't go back to group. So then the next week, you still overindulge and you've lost 3 weeks in it. Whereas basically, enjoy that meal, enjoy that birthday, whatever it may be, acknowledge it, and accept that you may have a gain, and then get on with it. The last thing you need to do is to be really devastated about having I hate the word, but an off-plan meal. It's just about a lifestyle change. You know, you're not going to have a birthday probably every day in a month. You might have one a month. Physically enjoy it, and then the next meal or the next day, make it a Slimming World friendly version. Get back onto that healthy train of food. New tools Slimming World provide, either the app, asking for a food diary, They really do help. Read that food optimizing book. Everything you need is in that book. Also, as well, you can use social media like your Facebook group. Within your Slimming World group, they will have a Facebook group or an Instagram account. There is so many people on YouTube or Instagram who are absolutely kicking the weight loss journey's butts and doing absolutely fantastic, and you can then get tips and tricks off them. And people use food diaries, ask the consultant for a food diary, or you can buy some nice fancy dancy ones on the market. I'm trying to get back into a food diary, just so I can acknowledge what I'm eating, and I do like to write a good list, and I don't understand why I won't do a food diary, but I think things are going to change. But what I did instead is I took photographs of my food so I could visually see what I was eating, and then you can look back and go, well, actually I should have had more veg, I had a bit too much pasta. Put it on the group, and then other people might say that looks absolutely fantastic. However, instead of having all that pasta with that speed food in with your pasta, I'd reduce the pasta and then put that like your veg on first, so then it reduces like your higher calorie food at the end of the day. Now, I'm not stupid. All food has calories. It's just because I follow Slimming World doesn't mean that I am not mindful of the calories, because at the end of the day, being in a calorie deficiency will lose you weight. It's just that we don't talk about calories when it's on Slimming World. Planning is the key to success, and honestly, it's the big thing. So preparing your breakfast the night before. There's some wonderful overnight recipes which you can make the night before. If you're like me and you want a grab and go breakfast, then do that the night before. If I'm at work, will make my lunch the night before and make it so in the fridge where I can't forget it. It's very visible for me. So therefore, I'm reducing the chances of wanting a grab and go when I'm at work, like finding a shop which is suitable, and it just cuts all that temptation out. Also as well, plan your meals. Now I'm not big on this, but what I do is I'll have mince, chicken, a vegetarian option, and then in the cupboard I will have like your pasta, your rice, and then in my fridge I will have all my fruits and vegetables. So I might put spaghetti bolognese one down, maybe on Monday I might have spaghetti bolognese, and think I'm at work and think, you know what, I just fancy chili con carne, and I can adapt that like mince idea from spaghetti bolognese to a chili con carne, and then the next time later on in the week I can have spaghetti bolognese. But I've got the basics of what I'm going to do, but I can swip and change it. So therefore I might come home from work and go, you know what, I don't fancy spaghetti bolognese, I ain't got anything in, let's get that takeout, or let's just shove a pizza in the oven. And also it reduces the chances of food ease. Now, food ease is my downfall. If I don't feel like cooking, or I don't feel like a meal and I haven't got anything in, or I haven't got anything in which I fancy, then I will then go for food ease, the ease of food. So easy, like chucking something in the oven and just eating it for the eating's sake, just so that I've had my tea. So planning is the key to success. Now, I should say that drink plenty of water because it's good for you and it's really good to keep hydrated, and it is. So that's amazing advice I'm going to give you, but I can't sit here and say that I take my own advice on. I do not enjoy drinking like plain water at all. I have no added sugar juice to it, and also as well I like to have something called a Tea Pig's popcorn green tea. It's just one way of getting some water in me. It's a herbal tea at the end of the day. I absolutely love it, but if I am going to choose a water, then it's definitely going to be a dilute version of it. But yeah, it is really important to keep hydrated. It's good for your weight loss, and also it's good for your body in general. Something on Slimming World we talk about is body magic. Basically, moving your body more than what you normally do. So for instance, if you normally take the lift at work, take the stairs. If you catch a bus to work, get off at a stop beforehand. For instance, if you're cooking in the kitchen, then do a bit of dancing as you're doing it. Just move your body a little bit more. You feel better at the end of the day, and also as well, it does help with like your body coming back to a size, because obviously you've been stretched a little bit, so it's easier for your body to go back. But if you want to go, this is not about, some people will never say like you should do like the gym 3 times a week. I am never going to be a gym buddy. I don't enjoy being at the gym. But you could be someone who absolutely loves swimming, so do swimming. Or if you like going on for walks, then start off slowly and go forward. Or you might want to do like the Couch to 5k app, which a lot of people thoroughly enjoy. For me, I walk everywhere. I love walking, and I'll try and walk a bit extra on my like journeys, or if I'm taking Grace to school, then I'll go the longer route to school just to get my body moving more. And when I'm walking to group, then I'll go the long way round to group. So all these little things, it's really, really good to move your body more, and also as well, it becomes more of a healthier routine in the long run. And finally, I don't want to sit here and say that losing weight is like the pinnacle of anything. It isn't. For me, losing weight, I knew that losing weight would enable me to do more, because I wasn't happy or healthy being the weight that I was, and that's why I chose to do a weight loss journey. Now, if there's some people out there who promote body positivity, and I am all for that. You have to be confident and positive in your own body. But for me, being the weight I was, I wasn't. And that's why I needed to lose weight. It hasn't changed who I am as a person. It's just brought me more confidence out as a person, and my core values are still there where I was as a larger person. It's just that I feel better in my own skin. I love shopping for clothes now, and everything has just changed because of weight loss. And if being on a weight loss journey isn't for you, then absolutely that's fine. But for me, I needed to lose weight to be happy and to be healthy. And it's such a struggle. It's by no means easy. Losing weight is one of the hardest things to do, and also keeping that weight off. It is, at the end of the day, a mind game what you are playing. But just do baby steps. Take each day, each meal as it comes, and you've honestly got this. So I really do wish you well on your weight loss journey. Whatever plan you follow, I truly hope that you get to your goal, because at the end of the day, whatever plan you follow, we've got the same goal in mind, and that is to lose weight and to be more happier in our own skin, or to be a healthier version of ourselves. So I totally wish you well on your weight loss journey. So as always, I'm sending huge positive thoughts. See you soon. Bye.